Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today we have a really big update from Princess Cruise Lines. Today they announced that they are keeping their COVID health protocols all in effect until February 28th of 2022. Before this announcement today, they were just in effect until December 31st of 2021. And so the really big requirements that they have to cruise are going to be in effect at least until February 28th of 2022. So today I'm going to go through each one of those 4 requirements that you have to meet in order to be able to cruise with them from now until February 28th of 2022, and go through each one so that you understand completely how it works and what is required. And I do want to point out that 2 things. I am going to do some videos on some of their other health protocols just so that you know what to expect on the ship a little bit. But these are the ones that are the requirements that you have to meet in order to be able to sail. And the other thing is you know, we are really accustomed to these cruise lines having amazing customer service, and they still do. But in the past, if maybe you got to embarkation and there was a problem with anything, they would be able to work it out and you would still be able to sail. But with these requirements, if you do not meet them correctly, then you can't sail. There's nothing that they can do about it. These are just the rules. And so let's go through those really quick. So first of all, they are requiring that their crew and all of the passengers be 100% vaccinated. And that means that you have to have received your final dose of your COVID vaccine at least 14 days before sailing. And so to go along with that, let me tell you which vaccines are acceptable. So first of all, and this is what you need to be able to sail out of a port in the United States right now. So if you live in the United States and you received your vaccines here, you will be okay, because you can either have one of the Johnson & Johnson vaccines, or you can have 2 Pfizer or 2 Moderna, or you can have 1 Pfizer and 1 Moderna. It doesn't matter which one is first or second. Those are interchangeable, and so that is okay. If you are outside of the United States, that is where people would have received the AstraZeneca vaccine. You need to have 2 of the AstraZeneca vaccines. Now, if you have 1 AstraZeneca vaccine and 1 Pfizer, or 1 AstraZeneca and 1 Moderna, that is not acceptable right now. And so if you are in line to get your second vaccine, make sure that you get the one that will make it so that you can cruise if that's what you would like to do. I would like to point out that these rules are not set by the cruise line. It is based on what the FDA approves. And so down the road that might change, but for now, that is what the rules are. And I am keeping a really close eye on all of this for you so that I can keep you up to date with what's going on. Now, the second requirement is not only do you have to have that vaccine, but you have to show proof of that vaccine. And it needs to be the original vaccine card. In the United States, you get a vaccine card and it shows you like your name, your birthday, it shows which vaccine you got and the lot number and the date you received it. That is what you need to have. And like I said, it has to be the original. You can't just make a copy or take a screenshot. It needs to be the original. And so when we go, what I did in August, and I'm going to do again this weekend when we go, is I just make a copy or 2 of my vaccine card. I leave those copies here at home so that I have them in case something happens. But then I just tack our vaccine card. And then once we've got our COVID test done, I'm going to tack that proof in there as well, so that everything is right handy together. When we cruised in August, we had to show our passport, our proof of a vaccine, and our proof of a negative COVID test all at the same time. And so that's just kind of a tip if you want to do that as well. But you need to show that original proof of vaccine. The third thing that you need to have is you need to have proof of a negative COVID test done within 2 days of sailing. Now on Princess, you can either get an antigen or a PCR. And so either one is okay. The antigen, the rapid antigen, is the one that is less expensive. They do have a rapid PCR, but that one costs more. So you can get the rapid antigen test, and there are several ways to do that. But the key is to remember that it has to be medically observed. And so you can go to like your local pharmacy, like your Walgreens or your CVS or an independent pharmacy, and have the test actually done there. and get your results that way. You can go to a health center or an urgent care or anyone else like in your like in the state or city that you live in that they provide, but it just has to be processed by a lab, okay, and done like they said, medically observed. Now at the pharmacies, they do sell the little tests over the counter, they call them. It says OTC on them, and those are the ones you can just take home and do on your own. Those are not acceptable. If you show up to the port with those, that's not acceptable. And so the other thing that you can do, and it's what we're doing for this upcoming cruise actually, you can order the tests from eMed or on the Princess website. You can have a link there to go to Optum's website and order the tests there. They come in about 3 days, and then you do them with a healthcare professional on a video phone call with you. And so now this is, I just wanted to show you, we're going to actually do ours tomorrow, and I'm going to video that process so that you can see how the whole thing works, but that is acceptable. So if you are wanting to see that video, I will link it below here so that you can see it. And I have an awful lot of other really helpful videos to do with cruising and protocols and what works really good now, especially during these COVID times. And so if you want to see anything, just go ahead and under this video, click where it says Let's Go Travel Tips, and it will take you to our channel, and you can scroll down and just see all of our videos. And I think you will find them really helpful. So anyway, you can go ahead and order the tests and do it this way. When you do it this way with a healthcare provider on the video call, they will email you your test results in about 15 minutes. And that's really nice because you can print that email and, like I said, tuck it in your passport with also with your proof of your vaccine, and it's just really handy. And you can show them also. You can show them at the port on your phone that email, but I just thought it was easier to do everything all at once, and then you can get through quicker. Now, the other option that you have, just effective a couple of days ago, Princess announced that they are going to have limited testing at the port. So basically, they want you, if at all possible, to get your negative COVID test done somewhere else. But if you are not able to get your COVID test done or something falls through with the results, they are going to have a testing option at the port. And so so that is what they're offering. They said, if you can possibly do it somewhere else, do. And the other thing that's really important to remember, it's nice to get a COVID test before you leave home if you can, because if you unexpectedly test positive, then you don't fly somewhere and find out that you're positive and have to quarantine there, and it just is much more smooth if you can stay home if you're positive. And so keep that in mind. And the other thing you should know is I do have a video about it, but with that announcement, Princess said that those COVID tests will be $150 and you'll just need to pay cash. They are not going to bill the insurance for you. And so I'm going to keep my eye out when we're at the Port of LA this weekend getting on the ship and see if I can see where that testing is. And if I can, I'll show it to you in our video vlog for that day. And so it's really important that you get tested. Now, when is 2 days? It has to be done within 2 days. So if you are sailing on a Saturday, you can get tested on Thursday or Friday. We are doing ours first thing Thursday morning. We actually have a backup test at another place if anything falls through with this. And so just have options of what you can do. And so you've got 2 days. So like if you sail on a Sunday, you can get tested on Friday or Saturday. And so I think that it's getting much easier to do now that you can order the tests, now that they've got it at the port as well. And it seems like a lot of other places are offering the test too. So this is going to go much more smoothly. And then the other item that you need to do, so this will be the fourth, so you have to be vaccinated, proof of vaccine, proof of a negative COVID test done within 2 days. The last thing is that you are going to have to wear a mask in certain areas on the ship. And so let me tell you here really quick what Princess says. It says, we strongly recommend that guests wear face masks when in public spaces indoors. All guests will be required to wear a face mask without exception in elevators, retail shops, in the casino, and other designated areas except while eating or drinking. And so it says guests will also be required to wear a face mask prior to being seated in our main dining rooms and in the buffet area. Occasionally in other designated areas where a larger number of guests may congregate. So you'll need to pretty much wear a mask indoors. That's what we did on our cruise in August, and it worked out really well. There was no problem with it. And I would also point out that, like, when you're out on the open decks, and unless you're in a big huddle with a bunch of people super close together, you don't have to wear your mask there, and you surely don't need to in your stateroom. And so it's just while you're indoors. And the other thing that I wanted to let you know is that Princess says, face shields are not considered masks. And so if you want to use a face shield, you need to wear a mask with it. It says that gaiters and bandanas are also not allowed. And so if you're going to go, just get some regular face masks and use those. And so I want to point out that I know some people don't want to wear a mask, and that is absolutely okay. So if you don't want to go on a cruise and wear a mask, you need to go ahead and make sure that before you are 30 days out from your cruise, you cancel it so that you can get the future cruise credit. Princess has their really great Book with Confidence program, and in that it says that if you are 30 days out from a cruise, until you are 30 days out, anytime before that, you can cancel your cruise and get your money back in a future cruise credit. And so make sure that you pay attention to what you've got booked, because I know some people maybe thought that the mask protocol and the testing protocol would maybe end at the end of December, but it's been extended. And to be frank with you, I could see it being extended again after February 28th. But we'll just kind of have to see what happens. It would be really nice if it didn't need to be extended, wouldn't it? It would be wonderful. So just keep all of these things in mind when you are looking at the cruises that you've got booked, or you are looking to book new cruises, because these are really firm rules. And so I just thought I would let you know. Keep an eye out for the other videos that I'm going to be doing about some of their other protocols, but these are the main protocols because they are what are required to get on the ship and to sail. So I hope that you have found this helpful. If you have appreciated this video, will you please go ahead and subscribe to our channel? We have a wonderful Let's Go Travel Tips family here. Just so many amazing people, and they have so much information to share and are so helpful, and we would love to have you here with us. Also, if you have found this video helpful, will you please give us a thumbs up? It will just help us get more visibility on YouTube, and we'd really appreciate it. So thank you. I will be talking to you all again really soon. You take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.